Right, and time now to take a look at your newspapers and what's making headlines. And of course, we have the Mail and Guardian today, the weekly that we always update you on. And they lead this morning, round 2, the toxic tax. And it says divisive VAT increase proposal described as political poison as the ANC struggles to find a budget compromise. They also look into lessons from the past, how Donald Trump was weaponized, and boreholes or bust. It's drill, baby, drill in Johannesburg.
All right, so let's move on to the next one here. And this, of course, is the Business Day. Business Day, having a look here, saying South Africa's $1.56 billion climate funding hold. So the US withdrawal likely to extend to other developing nations as well. South Africa is seeking alternative funding to plug that climate financing gap after the US withdrew from the Just Energy Transition Partnership with the UK, France, Germany and the EU. Indonesia, Vietnam and Senegal, which are also beneficiaries of the loans, financial guarantees and grants from developed nations to help them move away from coal, are also likely to be affected. So this is, this is quite a big one. Microsoft makes 5.4 billion rand bet on South Africa, and that's the one you saw in the news. And they also go into it. The president there yesterday, US tech giant Microsoft, announcing a new investment of 5.4 billion rand for digital infrastructure in South Africa, specifically data centers, as part of a push to grow the use of artificial intelligence and its adoption in the country. So big announcements happening there yesterday. Then current account deficit falls as exports surge. South Africa's current account deficit fell in the fourth quarter as stronger export growth boosted the country's trade surplus, even as global trade tensions clouded the outlook. So it narrowed to 31.6 billion from a revised 55.6 billion in the third quarter. So that's what we are looking at there. It's the deficit improved to 0.4% from 0.8% there. Also, First Rand focus on client risk payoffs. Lamola makes call for self-reliance, and the photograph there that they've got, pipes and cables are visible on the Yixke Park Bridge between Platina Street in Johannesburg after those heavy rainfalls and flooding. The SA Weather Service issued a yellow level 2 warning for storms in Gauteng, Mpumalanga and Limpopo on Thursday afternoon.
Right, let's move on to the Star. Quite a few interesting stories. I just want to start at the top there, that Microsoft pledge of 5.4 billion rand. Also, the sudden appearance of graves at a Shellcross Park puzzles local residents. And you can read more on that in this Metro section of the paper. India's monopoly will lead cricket to ruin. We've spoken about that. And also, drunken couple sentenced after beheading their dog with a chainsaw to avenge their cat.
Oh, no ways.
Yes. So I thought those were interesting. But to the lead story now in the Star this morning, residents rage as blood evidence found in Jocelyn case. Now, residents were livid upon seeing the accused mom, with many calling for her to tell the truth and swearing at her. And this is about the in loco inspection, and of course also some of what was discovered when Jocelyn was reported missing. SARS curator puts Royal AM Football Club up for sale. And the Minister of Sports, Arts, Culture and Heritage, Gayton McKenzie, has revealed that there are several high-profile bidders vying for the ownership of Royal AM, a football club that until recently was owned by Sean Mkize. And also, Segunjalo Group brings back Pretoria News as a standalone title once again. And Ramaphosa vows to tackle governance failures, financial mismanagement in Gauteng.
All right, so here is the Citizen now, and the Citizen is on their front page also talking about that storm. Why no warning? KwaZulu-Natal is plagued by flooding. Pretoria has to deal with a tornado, but nothing could prepare Johannesburg for the cloudburst that hit the city, uprooting trees, flooding houses and destroying bridges. So why didn't the weather experts warn us? Bit of a contradiction, because on the Business Day they were saying that a yellow level was declared for the storms on Thursday. So yeah, we'll have to read that story and have a look. I think there were warnings issued, but obviously perhaps not big enough. The damaged Platina Bridge at Yixke Park is what they're focusing in on after that cloudburst. One motorist was almost washed away. I saw the video. That was insane. There was a car literally floating backwards because it just couldn't stay on, and someone was filming them. I mean, it's quite crazy. We must get advice as to what you actually have to do in a situation like that. And then workers trying to fix a collapsed wall in Ram Park Ridge. So who earned 106 million in just 7 months? That's another question they're asking.
All right, and the Sowetan, the big story for them, the Royal AM sale, the hefty bill awaits new owner. Buyers of Mamkize's club could face up to 65 million rand a month in running costs due to debt, and Union says that the saga has taken its toll on players who missed out on bonuses and playing games, with a picture of Mamkize there on the front page.
Remember, SABCnews.com, we got you. Everything is there, all those stories and more on there, with video, sound, clips, you name it, as well as podcasts and reruns of these stories.
And not forgetting the app, SABC app, SABC Plus, and this, of course, look there at everything that you can access in addition to all the SABC terrestrial channels, as well as the radio stations, all at the touch of a fingertip as you download that app, SABC Plus. With that, 7 o'clock, here's Leanne with your latest news.